The end of summer is almost here, and that means one thing: football season is back. The El Segundo Eagles, who went 8-2 last year, but unfortunately missing the playoffs, are once again back on the gridiron, hungry, ready, and motivated to win big in 2016. I had a chance to sit down with Coach Shevlin and talk to him about the upcoming football season. Coach, thanks for joining us as you get ready for your 23rd season here at El Segundo as the head football coach. How's that feel?
Feels like it's gone really fast. It started, like 23 years ago, right? And you just feel like every year, okay, we got to get ready to go and go through the pattern of getting up and getting going. And it just seems like a blur. I mean, all of it's been so great and so fast, and the kids are so wonderful that it's just been an amazing experience.
Yeah, it looks like you're still having a whole lot of fun seeing you out there running around screaming. You're enjoying it, aren't you?
Yeah. It's once you're out there, you really love it. The kids never change. The innocence of it, what they're learning, the skill sets that we're trying to teach them, the ability to work past their comfort zone, is all things that you strive to get them to do. And when it comes together, it's magical. And we've seen it now for several years where you have these great seasons and the kids are just reaching and reaching. And that's the fun of getting them there when you're in practice. So that's why you see the enthusiasm and the craziness that goes on.
Well, one of those great seasons. Last year, a really good season. You guys finished 8-2, 3-2 in the Ocean League, and you had a big winning streak until you got to that Hawthorne and Lawndale game towards the end, missing the playoffs, but still a great season overall. What did you take away from that 2015 football season?
I think probably more than anything is to make sure that we have, if we can, to develop a little more depth in some of the positions. If it allows us to. And also, I think the kids, it was a junior heavy team last year. When Jason, our quarterback, went down last year, we were pretty devastated. It was unexpected. Hawthorne played a great game against us. And we were undermanned that game. And I think from there, you're just trying to get this team now to realize that there are no exceptions. You are going to have to persevere through that and find a way to win each game. And it was a great season last year. And I think, building on this team, they're almost all back. The whole team's back. So I think they're very excited. They're much more mature. Practice has been great this week. So I think going into the season, we'll be a little more ready to deal with some of that adversity.
One guy that dealt with adversity very, very well, Jake Palmer, came in at quarterback after Jason Cale went down. Never played the position before, correct?
Yeah.
And did a really, really good job managing the game. And I think he had 2 touchdowns through the air with 1 interception. Not bad for a guy that's never played varsity football before. What's Jake learning this training camp to help him get better this season?
Well, Jake's such a good athlete. We've always moved him around. He's played receiver. I've even toyed with him at running back a little bit. He's always kind of played at quarterback, plays safety. He returns kicks. He's our kicker. He's always that guy that you want to highlight in different parts of the field. What that didn't allow him to do last year was really get a lot of reps at the QB position. Then he hurt his ankle in a practice, somewhere before that Hawthorne game, and he was pretty hobbled toward the end of the season. So for him to get the snaps in those last 2 games and play, I think I got him a head start as to what's going to take place this year. And then he's been doing most of the snaps with Colby Legarda, our other quarterback. They've been sharing snaps, and I think it's really helped him progress in the quarterback play.
And you mentioned Colby and Jake Palmer, both going to be splitting time at quarterback this season. Now, Colby, for the guys that don't know out there, came over from Huntington Beach. He's a transfer. What have you liked from Colby in his game so far from what you've seen?
Well, when Colby came in, I said, hey, I like this team. I mean, I like my team. I like my quarterback. I said, this may not be a real good fit for you to try and come here. Don't take this the wrong way, but this team is pretty set. And he said, Coach, I just want a chance to compete. And he's been nothing but humble, hardworking. The attributes he brings is he's got a great idea of pass concepts. He understands the complexities of a passing game. His learning curve has been to learn the language, learn the nuances of the reads that we're trying to teach, but he's picked it up very fast. Kids have really embraced him. He's got a great arm. He's got an outstanding arm. Where Jake has outstanding athleticism, so it's a little bit of a difference between the two. And I think it builds depth into the position that builds depth onto the team. And I think as an overall package, we are much harder to strategize against now.
Yeah, from what I've talked to him and seen him, he's a great kid, very humble, like you said, and a great athlete so far. Looking forward to watching him play.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of coaches maybe aren't too comfortable having two quarterbacks to start the season and switching off. How comfortable are you going in with two quarterbacks?
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had to do this before. I think going into it, I thought, okay, we'll see how they both play. I think they're a big part of it because they get along really well. They respect each other. And I think their attitude is whatever's going to help the team win games. So when Colby's in the game, I can move Jake out to receiver and bounce him around and do some other things. And when Jake's in the game, Colby's on the sideline watching the reads and learning. And I think it's going to be really beneficial that they together have accepted the role and they're not egoed up over it. It's whatever helps this team win.
And of course, having number 4, Taz Tuese in the backfield doesn't hurt either. Definitely going to help those guys. How has Taz progressed now going into his senior year?
I think maturity has been his biggest growth. He has really come into the season as a leader. He's really dedicated himself to making sure that whatever it takes for this team to win, he's willing to do. We're going to move him out to wide receiver and play him as our H spot as well as the tailback spot. So he's going to have twice as many opportunities to get touches on the ball, which you've seen him play. He's that once in a lifetime player that you may get. That we're going to do everything we can to utilize that skill set. And I think he's about the same thing. Whatever it takes to help this team win. Because a lot of in our passing packages or our play actions, he's a decoy, but he's got to do it full speed. He's really got to get after it, and he's accepting that role.
That's what I like about this team. Everybody comes together for the good of the team. It's no egos, no individual player says, I want to be better than this guy. They all work together, and it shows on the field with the results that you guys produce.
I think so. I think last year, it wasn't that they were ego. I think they were just frustrated because they thought they could somehow contribute themselves more into a game to make the team win versus let the game develop, let the game plan develop, let the offense do its thing, let the defense play. And if you understand that it's bigger than one person, they understand that, that's where they are now. They can see some real magic this year.
We're looking forward to that magic. Some great games coming up on your schedule this year. Now, we have a few circled on our calendar that we're looking forward to the most. Which games are you looking forward to the most this season?
Well, I think any of the league games are obviously the biggest games, but I think Lawndale's going to be an important game for us. Culver City is, I think, a marquee game in league. So those are the two games in league that are going to be real challenges. Those are stiff challenge games for us. And then obviously Hawthorne upsetting us last year, and they played great. So our kids are going to have that on their agenda to try and take care of business there. And then in non-league, we always play the Torrances when we can schedule that game. That's always a big game for us. For me personally, it's a big game. And then there's this buzz right now about the Maricosta game. And it's a South Bay kind of brother, little brother, big brother game that we've been trying to get, but it hasn't worked up until this point. That's a game that is a real challenge game for us because in my opinion, Costa has been one of the top programs for the last 25 years, if not the top program in the South Bay. And for us to get the opportunity to play them is a real opportunity for us to showcase ourselves against the best. And obviously Lusinger has improved tremendously each year. Great athleticism. I understand they got a great quarterback that transferred into their school there. So that's going to be a real challenge to open the season. So those are the kind of games we're looking at.
One more thing before we let you go. What can everybody out there watching the El Segundo Eagles this year can expect from you guys?
Well, what we're hoping is that we're going to be able to put on a good product for the community to come out and watch. We've had a nice run here for the last several years of doing that. I think this is a very experienced team. I think it's matured tremendously since last year, and I think it's going to be a team to be reckoned with that's going to provide offense, like fireworks on offense, a great defense. Coach Heck does such a good job with our defense, and they're all veterans returning, so it's a very experienced squad. And hopefully we'll stay healthy and we'll be able to make a run in the playoffs and showcase for the community everything we've been doing.
Coach, it was great talking to you. Once again,
appreciate
it. Good luck this
you.
season.
Appreciate it.
The El Segundo Eagles are putting a lot of hard work here at training camp to get ready for the upcoming season. They're hungry and motivated to win big. All the players I talked to, they have one goal in mind. They said to make the playoffs and go all the way. Well, that's going to do it from Eagles training camp. I'm Egidio Deliu. I'll see you guys next time.